Hello and welcome to this year's Ebo Spring Skin and Wellbeing Reset. You can see it's really sunny and spring-like outside. I'm in my kitchen because I am going to demo a facial steam for us today. And we're going to be using, as ever in these resets, things that should be hopefully available to you readily in your kitchen, so you haven't got to go out and buy stuff and you're not even relying on using our products. So we're very much based in natural beauty, and Spring Skin Reset is all about being in sync with nature. So for the facial steam, it's just a really great sensation of renewal. I was lucky enough to get back in a steam room just recently, and I'd really was struck by how I'd missed that deep cleansing feel. And obviously that's not an option for all of us. So I was thinking, how can we do that at home? And I just remembered, that the old-fashioned bowl, kettle and towel over the head is a way to go for a facial steamer. But there are just a few things and tips that I think will make it easier for you. So let's get cracking. Equipment, I'm going to list all the equipment that you need. So don't worry trying to write stuff down and remember. I'll list it all beneath when I post it, and it's all very simple stuff. So first off, obviously a bowl that's going to be suitable for boiling water and not going to crack. And actually I'm going to place that, I'm at my kitchen table so it doesn't matter, a stable surface, obviously don't take any risks, and I'm just going to pop a tea towel down to give it that extra non-slip bit there really. And then an extra bowl that we're going to put a bit of the spare water in just to clean our face off afterwards, because we're obviously going to have sweat on our skin that we don't want to settle. We just want to cleanse that off. So 2 bowls, a nice stable surface, just a tea towel to keep that stable, a big towel. Now really the bigger the better, because one of the important things is that you don't want to be bent right over. You need to be at least really 10 inches from the water. The steam's going to be too strong for you, if too strong for your skin, too aggressive. So you want to really be kind of sat up and then just drop your head, which actually you can use to give you a nice stretch as well. So the bigger the towel, you're not going to want any gaps. I'm going to try and demo it as we go along, but it's going to be interesting. But yes, the bigger the towel, that's going to just fall like a tent over you, and you'll be able to close gaps off. So a nice big towel. And then the reason we don't use actual essential oils in the steamer is that it's too strong a concentrate. If I were to put essential oils in, they have, that's botanical extracts drawn out from hundreds of plants, often thousands, tens of thousands, to create that strong concentration. And in a tented closed area with our eye membrane, skin membrane, it's just going to be too strong. So a really simple way around that I just love is to use herbal tea bags. Really, really simple. And I've got a good selection. For spring, I'm actually going to use one that I love, which is the Pucker Cleanse, and you'll see that there. It's got nettle and peppermint and fennel, and some of you, if you're familiar with our range, will know that we have peppermint in our spring facial oil. It's just a real rising energy, a sense of renewal and bringing our energy to the surface. It's also full of magnesium and great for headaches and focusing and clear thinking. So a million reasons to use that one. If you haven't got that one, it's quite specific. A chamomile is really, really brilliant. I actually recently had a friend message me, and her teenage daughter had been skiing and obviously hadn't been away for, her skin wasn't used to the mountains, and she had Factor on, well done, but that was blocking, and she basically had a heat rash underneath, and I just advised her to clean her skin only with a cooled chamomile tea bag, and it just works amazingly for that. So chamomile's a really easy one to go with. And then I actually found a clipper one, which I have. Excuse my dog's barking, I'm just going to continue. The chamomile, melissa and lavender. Now melissa is lemon balm essentially, which has also got great skin nutrients. So any of those, anything from a single chamomile, peppermint, lavender obviously, through to some of the pucker ones that I'm going to use, I love using now. So I've just dropped my towel already as the dog started barking. If you're regular viewers, you will remember that I live in a converted barn with no doors. I've selected my time of day to avoid any deliveries. We're just hoping the dogs don't come down and go crazy. If they do, they do. We'll just carry on. So let's get down to it. I've already boiled the kettle, very jazzy kettle I've got here. My lovely niece bought it for me because I'd seen the, I think is it Gucci? I think Gucci do a whole range of amazing but outrageously expensive kitchen gadgets. And then I think this was Lidl copied it, and she'd seen me looking at it in a magazine, the original one, and then went and got that one for me. So sweet of her. So I've put some boiling water in there. I might put a little bit more. I'm going to make it quite full. And then I'm going to use my tea bag. It doesn't matter that some of the steam's coming off already. And just as you would, kind of dunk the tea bag, swirl it around, because we want all the compacted crushed leaves to gain the moisture for it to flow through, and then they can release all their botanical properties into that. So it's starting to smell now. Just take some time. You can see the water's colouring up now, but we're obviously going to leave that tea bag in there anyway. So I'm moving my kettle out the way. I'm moving everything else out the way, and I'm preparing with my large towel. I haven't actually done a trial run of this with the camera set up, so this could be hilarious, but hey, we're all here for the authentic content, aren't we? Okay, so remembering what I said, we're not going to go right down with that. It's going to be too aggressive. We're really just going to sit up. You can place your shoulders down, do a little neck stretch. You could have some nice music on in the background, and then really we're just going to hands on the table and drop our face down. And I don't know if you can see that even without the towel over my head, you can actually see the steam coming up there. So a couple of other things, you can see my hair is not all fresh and clean deliberately. You're going to sweat, and so you want to do this when you haven't got clean hair, and you can go and have a lovely shower and shower it all afterwards. So we're in position. That's relaxing, isn't it, with Pocket upstairs. And I'm going to make a tent here and just show you briefly how that's going to work. So I'm making sure that the towel is making a solid tent here, and just kind of straightening it down the back. I don't know if you can see that. And again, remember, I'm not going really low down. I've got plenty of towel to position my face over. My hair's tied up, but I've got a few strands there. I hope you can hear me muffled under here. And now really, just to take some lovely breaths and really enjoy that steam coming onto the face like that. You might want to put the volume down just for a second on here and not listen to those crazy four-leggeds. Okay, now obviously you don't want to watch me steaming my face over a bowl for 5 minutes, but really 5 minutes is the amount of time I would recommend you stay under there. Already, I think you can see a nice fresh circulation, plumpness to that skin. So yes, 5 minutes, you would keep going. If it's too much for you with the towel over your head, you can just actually lean over and have it here. Now, I've actually researched lots of facial steamers on Amazon. I know they're a thing, and I honestly think I wouldn't bother buying one. This is something that you would want to do once a week maximum, and I really don't see many people doing it, even that much. So I think, you know, we're all trying to cut down on purchasing plastic and things that we don't need. Really, just a Pyrex bowl, a boiling waterproof bowl is all that you need. So when you've finished, you're going to have a little bit of water left. In fact, actually, it would have been helpful to pour that in before you went under the steam to give it time to cool. But we can work with it for the sake of not starting the video again. So let me take this off here. I've got ready a little Ebo face cloth. These come with the baby face in a little bag that I've got here. So if you buy the baby face, we're zero plastic, obviously it comes with a lovely little travel pouch, unbleached cotton, and you get a bamboo face cloth in there with it. So I'm being really careful because this water is a bit hot. As I say, this part, we're just gonna let the steam come off it like this. This part is to take the sweat that's dried onto our skin surface. But what you can also do as an extra spring tip is add some apple cider vinegar. Now I'm using a raw apple cider vinegar. It can get sediment on the bottom. So I'm just going to put a little splash into here. That will also help cool it down. And now we have a helicopter. I don't know if you can hear that. It's not great smelling. Let's be honest, you get used to it. But it does wonders for your skin. I know that there's a lot of people that spend a lot of money on acids and AHAs, but trust me, just have a go for a week using a pre-made up blend. I'll show you that later. I'm going to post up about that later. We'll make ourselves a little bottle of skin refresher, skin tonic using the apple cider vinegar. But for now, I've put it in here that I'm still trying to hold up and let the steam come off of it. As I say, it would have been ideal to pour a little bit of the hot water out of the kettle into your spare bowl before you started with the facial steam, but that's fine, we're there now. It's not too hot. And then this literally is just going to take off. I've got no makeup on, so it's not showing anything, but it's going to take off just any layer of sweat that might by now have dried out onto your skin surface. And as I say, you know, the smell's not amazing, but it will give you, in combination with everything else that we're doing for this spring reset, adding that apple cider vinegar as a little skin tonic is really going to help give you that spring glow that we're all looking for. You can do your neck and your neck as well, and always, whatever you're doing, really gently centre upwards and out. Don't want to see people pulling their faces down. Gravity does that for us enough. So there we go. And then we're just going to pat that dry with a nice clean towel, pat dry. And then of course, we're going to finish off with some lovely skin food with our spring facial oil. Now, I'm going to talk a lot about what's in it on different videos that you'll be able to see, but you can see there that fabulous colour. That colour comes from carrot tissue oil. Just my 5 drops there. I'm going to heat it between my hands so that the oil expands, and then we're just going to press on to the face and under the chin and the neck as well. Breathe in the gorgeous aromas, applying up and out, centre, not dragging the skin, not pulling. Always time for a tiny little bit of massage when we're repeating these little movements daily, very lightly around the eyes, no dragging. They really do make all the difference. So I hope you all have a go at that lovely spring steamer. Obviously I only did a few, not even a minute really under there to show you the process, because that's not very entertaining viewing, watching me under a towel. I promise you, I did actually one the other night without filming it, and I just felt so amazing afterwards. And your skin will, I promise you, glow if you're using the apple cider vinegar as well and the spring oil afterwards. So give it a go. Always love to hear how you get on with my little kitchen tips. So let me know.